We all have the desire to push the easy button in our lives.
That was easy.
When it comes to getting fit, preparing food faster, you name it. And many people spend their whole life looking for the easy button to business success, only to never find it because it doesn't exist. In case you're tuning into my channel for the first time, hi there, I'm Murgatroyd, and I've supported and coached tens of thousands of entrepreneurs, from side hustlers to seven-figure empires, on how to grow their online business. And I want to help you too. Here's the thing. I've seen far too many gurus online claim that making money online is push button easy. That if you just buy whatever they're selling, a steady stream of customers and cash will come pouring in, and you'll barely have to lift a finger. So you take their advice, but instead of this happening, this happens. And you're left frustrated, scratching your head, wondering what the heck went wrong. But it's not your fault. You've simply been led astray. The good news? It's not too late. You found this video just in time. I like to think of myself as the anti-guru. Unlike some people in our industry, I'll always give you the real deal on what it really takes to start, grow, and scale a business online. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 4 critical things the gurus don't tell you about growing a long-lasting and fulfilling business. Ready? Let's get to it. But first, go ahead and smash that subscribe button because I got a lot more videos like this one coming up. First, you need to understand that running a business, it's freaking hard. It takes time and practice and more practice and even more practice. And when you think you've nailed it, yep, you need to practice again. And this is what the easy button experts won't tell you, that you have to practice a lot to become great at something, including your business. So Michael Jordan is widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time. But did you know he was actually cut from his high school varsity team as a sophomore? Now, do you think he gave up when he was cut? Absolutely not. So even though he felt devastated and even a little bit humiliated, this experience, it motivated him to commit to improving his skills. And he spent hours practicing every day. He worked on his shooting, his ball handling, his footwork, and his overall conditioning. Jordan also played in pickup games with his friends, with his teammates, and that really helped him develop his game and build confidence on the court. He even watched hundreds of hours of footage from other great players, and he analyzed their techniques to find ways to improve his own game. 1 year later, he got his spot back on the high school team. And he still kept up his daily training schedule, which went beyond anything the other players were doing, because he believed that one day it would pay off. And it did. Jordan went on to become a dominant force in college basketball and later the NBA. His career saw 6 championships, 5 MVPs, and numerous records. Not bad for someone who got cut from his high school basketball team, right? Practice is what separates the amateurs from the pros in sports and in business. It's the only way to iterate your way to awesome and build the business that you're meant to build. Now, I'm sure you've heard things like, slow and steady wins the race. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. Achieving greatness takes time. Yup, I know they're all cliches, but hey, they're cliches for a reason. In a 1997 study, music educator and academic Gary McPherson analyzed the musical development of 157 randomly selected children. So he tracked their progress through detailed interviews, tests, and videotape practice sessions. And after the first 9 months of lessons, he noticed something significant. A few kids had improved exponentially, some had barely budged, and most were somewhere in the middle. Skill was scattered along a bell curve. But what caused the curve? Was it inevitable? Or was there a hidden X factor that predicted each child's success and failure? Like a child's IQ, or math skills, or a sense of rhythm, or income level? Nope, nope, and another big fat nope. Turns out the deciding factor between the students who shot ahead and the students who made average progress was simply their level of commitment to playing the instrument. Yup, with the same amount of practice, the long-term commitment group outperformed the short-term commitment group by 400%. You heard that right, 400%. With just 20 minutes of weekly practice, the long-term group progressed faster than the short-term group, which practiced for an hour and a half. And when the long-term commitment was combined with high levels of practice, skills reached a whole new stratosphere. Now, this particular study, it's not a one-off. It's actually been proven over and over again that long-term commitment is way more important than innate talent or short-term bursts of high-intensity practice. Now, when you decide to learn something new with the idea that you are the thing you want to become, I am a musician, I am an athlete, I am a successful business owner, you'll gain momentum like a snowball running downhill. So start paving your way to mastery by taking weekly actions and pushing through even when you fail, challenging yourself just beyond your current level of skill, and practicing in different and deeper ways. When you practice deeply, you continue to push to the edges of your ability, where you make mistakes that make you better and smarter. Put another way, you're forced to slow down, make mistakes, and then correct them. So think about the first time that you did something super challenging. Did you give up when you didn't feel like you were making progress? Or did you slow down and notice what you were doing wrong so you could recalibrate and commit to getting better? Let's take skiing as an example. The first time you skied, you probably felt out of control as you just picked up momentum going downhill. So instead of pointing your skis inward to slow down, you sat down and it took forever to get back up. Now, on the next run, instead of sitting down when you felt out of control, you moved your skis inward to stop. You learned and you gained a tiny bit of confidence. So on the next run after that, when you started to gain speed, instead of sitting down and instead of stopping, you just kept going a little bit longer. Eventually, as you build up your confidence, you keep at it and you try new and more challenging hills and runs. And even when you fall, you keep at it, committing to regular practice and reaching just past your current level of ability each and every time, until you're racing down the scariest terrains like Olympic champion Lindsey Vonn. Deep practice is contrary to what we're taught to want, which is the state of effortless performance. But effortless performance is a terrible way to learn, no matter who you are. So let's head back to the world of basketball. You might be familiar with this big guy, basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq is one of the 50 greatest basketball players of all time, but he had one glaring weakness: his free throw shooting. He averaged a subpar 52% over the course of his incredible 19-year career. He never improved no matter how much he practiced. Why? He didn't practice deep enough. He didn't challenge himself. He just did the same thing over and over and over again, even though it wasn't working. But if he had tried varying his free throws in practice, maybe from different distances and from different angles, his free throw percentage might have vastly improved. Here's the thing: the actions you take, no matter how seemingly small or insignificant, compound over time. Being an entrepreneur is freaking hard. In many ways, it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. But that's a good thing, because building a business will make you a stronger and better person. And the most fulfilling and rewarding things in life take hard work and dedication. This leads me to the second thing the gurus don't tell you about building a successful business. And this one might just shock you. If you're focused largely on this guy to get far in your business, you'll go nowhere fast. Because there is another emotion that fuels way more successful businesses than inspiration that nobody ever talks about. I'm talking frustration. Yep, you heard me right, frustration. Richard Branson, the mastermind behind the Virgin Group, hits the nail on the head when he says frustration is the fuel needed to get ahead. So it's not the whispers of inspiration that propel us forward, but the nagging discomfort of frustration that makes us leap into action. Think about it. When something bugs you enough, you want to fix it, right? And you want to do it fast. This is where innovation is born. For us entrepreneurs, those moments of, ugh, why doesn't this work better, are actually golden opportunities in disguise. Because there are cues to innovate, to create solutions that not only elevate our business, but elevate the lives of our students, clients, and customers. And I don't know about you, but I'm in business to make a real impact on the world and the people in it. So take it from Branson himself. The birth of Virgin Airlines wasn't because everything was peachy with his travel experiences. Nope, he was downright frustrated. But instead of throwing in the towel, he used that frustration as a springboard to revolutionize air travel. And he didn't stop there. He then set his sights on shaking up the cruise industry. And if recent news stories are any indication, this is an industry that's ready for a shakeup. Time and time again, Branson and other big-time entrepreneurs have proven that frustration is the mother of invention. Take Reed Hastings, founder of Netflix. Legend has it that Hastings was motivated to start Netflix after facing a hefty late fee for a Blockbuster rental. Or Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx. She was frustrated by the lack of flattering undergarments to wear under white pants, and thus a billion-dollar business was born. And of course, there's Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon. Bezos was reportedly frustrated by the limited selection and availability of books in physical stores. Now, all of these monumental success stories were born out of frustration. So the next time you're feeling stuck, annoyed, or downright frustrated, don't shy away from those feelings. Dive deep into them. What are they telling you? What's not working, and how can you make it better? That discomfort might just lead you to your first or next breakthrough idea. All right, you ready for the third thing that the push button experts don't tell you about building a successful business? All right, this one might come across a bit harsh, but it's the downfall of so many businesses, so I'm getting super real with you. Your business will fail if there's a mismatch between what your customers want and are willing to pay for and what you think they need. William Faulkner famously said in writing, you must kill all your darlings, meaning that you might have a scene or character or turn of phrase that you love, but it just doesn't fit. Faulkner believed that once you start writing a book, the book will tell you what it needs to happen next. And I think the same is true in business, because sometimes your best ideas seem great in theory, but once you put them into practice in your business, the market and your customers will start to tell you where your business needs to go. I've made this mistake more than once. Back in 2011, I created my second program, a 30-day challenge, which lasted all of 3 months. Yikes. At the time, membership sites and continuity programs were all the rage, and the internet marketing gurus were shouting from the rooftops about making passive income, because that's how you got to literally sit on the beach drinking Mai Tais all day. Who knew that business could be like a Mai Tai on the beach? That's what monthly reoccurring revenue was all about, and it was considered the holy grail of online business. So I thought, hey, let me give this a try. This is living the life, am I right? I'd been invited to speak at my friend Perry Courtney Enkin's event in Hawaii, and it was my second ever live speaking engagement, and I was both super nervous and completely stoked. So Courtney was putting me up for a few days at an apartment in Kona, and I felt like I was living the life. This felt like my global debut, so I wanted to create something brand new that would just wow Perry and her audience. So I landed on a program to get people into action, and I called it the 30-Day Challenge. And this was way before online challenges were a thing. So my idea was simple. Every month, I'd give students one thing to focus on. Month 1 was called Why This, Why Now, Why You? And it was all about turning your story and personal experience into a message. Month 2 was called Walking in Your Client's Shoes, and it was about aligning your message with your audience through market research. Month 3 was called Brand New You, and it was about defining the key pieces of your personal brand. I didn't see the problem until it was too late. I was selling the online business equivalent of the emperor's new clothes, something that couldn't be seen by the naked eye. So a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears led to, drum roll please, an invisible transformation in only 3 measly sales. I was super bummed. The price was just $97 a month. So I did all of this work and I flew all the way to Hawaii for just $291 a month. And that's when I discovered that people don't buy your program or solution, they buy the transformation they get. And that was just the start of it, because each month of the 90-day challenge was focused on a lot of work and a lot of process with an invisible transformation, guess what? Yep, those 3 students didn't stick around, and one by one they dropped out. And by the 3rd month, I only had 1 student. So I was creating 7 to 9 videos a month for just 1 student. Creating this program was costing me way more than I was making. And I discovered a sad fact that none of those internet marketing gurus mentioned. The average continuity program member churns in just 3 months. That means that after just 3 months, they cancel their membership as they start to fall behind, lose interest, or simply stop logging in. Ouch. The Holy Grail didn't seem so holy after all. So I decided to abandon my membership and go back to creating online courses. And the rest, as they say, is history. Here's the thing I learned that served me well. If you want to build a business that lasts, you can't be uncompromising. You have to be willing to pivot when things aren't working, when your customers aren't responding, when the industry changes. You have to kill your darlings and give the market both what it wants and what it's willing to pay for, not what you think it needs. Make sense? All right, we've made it to the 4th thing the experts don't tell you about building a long-lasting and fulfilling business. I'm talking about this guy, the omnipotence fallacy. So omnipotence means having unlimited power or the belief that you can do everything. And in the world of entrepreneurship, the omnipotence fallacy is the belief that you can be everything to everyone. You're an SEO expert, and a social media guru, and an email marketing pro, and a killer copywriter. The list goes on and on and on. And if you try to build a business this way, on the basis that you're all-knowing and all-powerful and you can fulfill all of your students, clients, and customers' needs, you will fail. Hey, I told you I wouldn't sugarcoat things. Now, I'm sure you've seen this before. Businesses that throw around huge claims that they can do it all. They have the end-to-end solution or the 360-degree solution or the total solution. You get it. They believe that to stand out from the crowd, they have to be the world's greatest everything and tell their students, clients, and customers that they can do it all. Now, this approach is actually poison to your business. Here's why. First, overpromising is a fast track to under-delivering. While you might win the deal with big flashy claims, when it's go time, the pressure's now on, and delivery becomes an unrelenting nightmare that you may never wake up from. Second, your believability takes a hit because in the beginning, you might fool people into thinking that you've got superpowers. But as customers get savvier, they'll realize that you're not delivering on your promises, and your credibility goes out the window. Because how can you possibly deliver well on everything? And once trust is broken, good luck winning it back. This is especially damaging now with all the different public review sites. And trust and integrity are the holy grail of business success. But if you're caught up in a web of overpromising, you won't be able to create that trust and stand in integrity with everything you deliver. So what's the antidote to the omnipotence fallacy? Let your overclaiming competitors self-destruct while you play the long game. Focus instead on building a sustainable business, one that'll stand the test of time. You also want to be real. Instead of pretending to be all things to all people, double down on what you excel at. It's not about limiting your potential. It's about focusing on your strengths. Rather than thinking that you need to be a jack of all trades to stand out in the crowded online world. Because here's the thing, when you double down on what you do best, your business will not only be more manageable, but your offers will be stronger and your message clearer. So carve out your niche and own it. And then you want to lead, not follow. Copying somebody else's business model or offerings might give you a shortcut to start, but it's a dead end for growth. Why? Because at the heart of every successful business is a unique story, a passion, and a why that can't be replicated. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to dig deep and find what sets you on fire. What makes you different? What can you offer that no one else can? Here's the thing. It's easy to get caught up in this race to the bottom. But why play a game where everyone loses? Carve your own path based on what's right for your business and your students, clients, and customers. Remember, building a business is a marathon, not a sprint. Slow and steady wins the race. So focus on what truly matters, building trust and delivering real results while staying true to who you are. That's how you create a legacy that lasts. Woohoo! There you have it. What you need to know that the experts don't tell you about building a long-lasting and fulfilling business. Let's do a quick recap and watch until the end for something that you won't want to miss. First, you need to stop looking for the easy button for growing your business. It takes tons of hard work and dedicated practice. And then you need to know that oftentimes the biggest breakthroughs come out of frustration and not inspiration. Next, it's critical that you give your customers what they want, not what you think they want or need. And finally, you can't be everything to everyone, so focus on what you can truly excel at. Knowing these 4 things will make your business journey so much easier and more fulfilling. Like this video? Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. But hey, our journey is just beginning. Because if you want to build a long-lasting and fulfilling business, I've got something just for you. I'm talking about our program, Success School, and our goal at Success School is simple: to help aspiring entrepreneurs like you learn, practice, and master the essential skills for entrepreneurial success in a fun, safe, and supportive environment, so you can finally build the business of your dreams. Click the link in the description below to find all the details about Success School and how it works. If you have big dreams for your business, and if you've tried to build a business all on your own, but you still haven't found a way to get your business up and running, no matter how many times you've tried up to this point today, then join us in Success School today. Now go out there and live your message. I'll see you next time.